Hey guys, I'm going to go over UniSwap and why I believe it's about to soar 50%. I'm going to go over my analysis, short term and macro, explain my analysis, and I'm also going to show you why I've already jumped into a trade and that it's not too late. So let's go into the charts here. So right now we're on the daily time frame. Ever since its all-time high at $45, it's been going down throughout the bear market, and it fell all the way down to $3.32. It's a bit of a dramatic drop, I know, but it's crypto. When the liquidity pool valuations drop, it makes it easier for assets like this to also drop along with it. And so one thing you're going to have to watch in terms of trying to predict the future for this asset is to watch Ethereum's price action, because Ethereum is going to be the first mover before something like Uniswap. And when Ethereum goes up in value, then the liquidity pools go up in value, and it makes it easier to pump Uniswap. So let's go into the charts here. So we can see that we consolidated for about 500 days inside of this descending triangle formation. Now, these are typically bearish formations. However, as a trader, you got to prepare for A or B to happen, right? A would be the resistance to break, or B, the support to break before you make a trade decision. It would be a short or a sell if we lost support, or a buy or a long if you break resistance. The resistance level I was watching was this one here. We had resistance here, we got rejection, came back down, revisited it. This then became a trend line. And at that point, you can see a trend line becoming a point of interest in the future. And right here, we end up building a head and shoulders formation and dropping. And then we finally broke out of it recently here. So now that we've broken out, we're actually building what's called a continuation formation and a confirmation formation at the same time. I know that's a lot, but if you need to learn about this kind of stuff, we actually have a course for it down below. You can try it out for $1 for a whole month. You get access to everything. And if it's not for you, then you can leave after the month. Anyways, so we're building a confirmation formation here. And these kind of help dictate whether or not it's a good idea to jump in and invest in an asset. Now, these don't always occur, but they usually do after a break of an older formation like the one that we were just looking at on the daily time frame. So let's zoom in on the hourly. And we can see this formation here. This is called a bull pennant structure. And how you get the measurable target for something like this is you just pull a trend line from the high of the structure here to the most recent time it consolidated during this moment here. And you just drag this trend line and you put it right on the support level, and it'll give you the measurable target. Now, this measurable target is a 27% gain. And then I'm going to explain to you why we're going to go even further for the 50% objective, okay? But first, I'm going to show you why I've already jumped in on this trade early. So over here, we can see that we have this downtrending level of resistance. And on the lower time frames, we can see that we actually bounced off of what's called the point of control for this value area. If you're not familiar with point of control, I'll have a lesson for it as well in the course. And when you see a bounce off the point of control, and if you watch the order books, that's something that most people just refuse to learn about for some reason. The order books is like a tool that you see in your exchange. I'll show you right here. So this tool right here on your exchange actually shows you what other people are doing with their positions. It shows you where people are selling and where people are buying. And if you use that information in confluence with your trend lines, you can see if a trend line is going to be respected or not. And what I saw here is that there was a giant sell wall at this level, and it kept getting hit over and over again. And the sell wall kept slowly disappearing. All the sellers were getting, bought up by the buyers. And then once I saw that the sell wall disappeared and we got a bounce off of this point of control, that's when I jumped in. So I was able to anticipate this breakout before it occurred. Now, this doesn't mean you're too late. In fact, I kind of would say I'm in too early. If you wanted to be more safe about this without, diving into, more, difficult indicators like the order book, I would recommend, just waiting for price action to tell you. So this is a very common event where we break down trending resistance and we hit what's called the value area high for this structure. And then we come back down We revisit this level of resistance for it to have an opportunity to act as support, because now there's going to be buyers here. And once we create the higher high, that's what's called a confirmation. So you can wait for the confirmation of the formation breakout, and you can, in this opportunity, you'll be able to put your stop loss right below that created swing low, and you would enter up here. So for now, I have this price action protecting my stop loss from this triple bottom structure here, and that's what's protecting my capital right now. And when this occurs, I'm going to be able to move my stop loss to break even, whereas others are going to have to move their stop loss at a loss right here when they enter around here, just to validate that this is going to keep going to the upside. Anyways, let's see here. So this is the technical target of 27%. If I were to zoom out, we have, this is the value area of this structure. And so we're going to have to watch for $7.14 as resistance along the way up. And we see how it's the value area high of the structure. We have resistance here, 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 and here as well. So we got to anticipate that it could act as resistance again when we get back up there. But when we break this, we're likely going to be moving to the next value area. So we'll have a formation being built similar to the one that we've got right now that's going to help dictate whether or not we should be staying in this trade or get out. I use a few things to dictate my exits. I use momentum. So I'll draw a trend line against the full bodies, not using the wicks. And this will tell me on average how long it'll take for us to hit a specific target. And when price action crosses it, it's also a good warning sign to close some of your position as well. So we got this currently as our momentum. And this will tell us that it will take roughly about 73 days to get to our target, to gain another 45% from where we are. And if we see, for example, price action move up faster than we anticipate, which is very common, like for example, we just did a trade on SPS. I anticipated for it to hit our target within 3 months, and we end up having what's called evolving momentum, and we're basically almost already there. We're basically up like about 80% so far, but we still have our target's 200% on that asset. Now, if we end up creating a higher high in the daily, then we can start drawing the evolving momentum from here. But right now, it's a little bit too early. We don't know if that's going to be respected or not. So we got to wait for the higher high, and then we can start drawing evolving momentum to see if we're going to get to our target faster than what we currently anticipate. And now I want to go over macro technical analysis in terms of the market cap, because this is an emission-based token. And what that means is that they create supply often, and that's actually causes a bearish effect, like a bad effect to the price action of the asset. So it's more likely to go down the more tokens that they mint. And the opposite can occur if they start burning tokens, right? So let's go to coin market cap, and let's see what the price is when the price of the all-time high was. So on the far left-hand side, after you search it up, you can see that my face is probably in the way. Let me just move my camera here. All right, cool. So here on the left-hand side, after you search up the asset on CoinMarketCap, you can see when the all-time high was. So it was May 3rd, 2021. The price was $44.97 on the average exchange. So we're going to go to the date there on historical data. All right. And we're going to search up for, I've already forgot the date. I think it's May 3rd. Let's see. Okay. It's going down. Yeah, May 3rd. My bad. Sorry, guys. You're probably cringing right now. So let's search up May 3rd. And the year was 2021. All right. 2021. There we go. So let's pull April 30th to May 6th, continue. And then this is going to give us the market cap valuation on that date. So May 3rd right here. And the market cap high was looking good. All right, it's 22. So let's grab that. And let's take that information and let's see what the current circulating supply is. So the supply definitely has gone up since, over the past 3 years. So I'm going to pull out the calculator, and we're going to divide the supply against the market cap from the all-time high. $37. So what this is telling us, now if I go back to the daily chart here, we had an all-time high of like 45 here, right? Now, if we were to take the same amount of money that was in the market during that day, and we were to throw it into UniSwap today, it would actually bring our price to $37, because that's the inflationary damage that's happened to UniSwap since then. So $37 would be my macro target. So what I do is I'll draw let's do pink for now, thick line, go to the coordinates, and we're going to type in this value, 3765. There we go. So this is going to tell us that basically this is the market cap all-time high now. Now this will change every single day, just so you know. Not by much, obviously, because this was 3 years and it's only moved it down a little bit. But there are some assets out there, guys, that you need to be aware of that have their, basically their supply is just destroyed from inflationary damage that they've done through minting. And so sometimes you'll see like its market cap all-time high being like, half of it was currently is like from like 50% inflationary damage, for example. So that's important analysis that you guys are going to need to do when you're buying something for a long-term hold, and see how much damage that they've done to their asset, trying to give out rewards and stuff like that. So I know that UniSwap actually has a pretty aggressive minting structure, and they did just change their emissions recently as well, which is also helping with this bullish effect for this pump. But most of these tokens in the decentralized space that create these emissions have way worse than what UniSwap is doing. So I'm actually kind of impressed. This is actually the first time me doing this analysis and when I'm doing it in front of you guys. So just, yeah, that's pretty neat. Anyways, so that's pretty much everything that you guys need to know for UniSwap. Like, I'm already in on this. I've let you guys know in the community that I already jumped in on this. So I plan on holding this until, for like a formation or something in the charts tell me to get out otherwise. But until then, our target is $9.58 for about 50% pump. If you guys want to learn what I've just done here for you guys, you can jump to investshare.com, and we have a promotion going on right now. I've got the code down below, and you can try it out for $1 and see if it's something for you. If it's not, then I understand. We do calls almost every single day. We do 4 days a week, and we will answer any questions that you guys throw at us so you can learn along with the community. But that's everything I got for you guys. Have yourself an amazing day, and thanks for watching. I appreciate it.